Today, we are pulling back the curtain and diving into the success stories of my clients. You always hear it from me. You hear the systems, the strategy, the support, and how it's so important. But today, we are talking to some of my clients that have worked with me one-on-one and in my High Performance Accelerator Academy. So I'm so excited to jump into these conversations, talk to these phenomenal women, and hear from them exactly what it's been like to work with me, where they were before they started working with me, and then what their experience has been, where it's taken them, and all of the success that they've had. So I'm so excited. I'm going to dive right into this conversation, and we are going to look at each one of the components of the clients that I work with, from my High Performance Accelerator Academy to my VIP day, and even my one-on-one coaching. So without further ado, let's dive on in and chat with the ladies to hear all about their experience working with me and what it has brought for them. Okay, welcome to the show, Jenny Elizabeth. Thanks for being here.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here with you.
Yeah, so I would love for you to tell the listeners a little bit about yourself, who you are, what you do, how you help people.
I am a retired nurse and I'm a professional network marketer. And I've been doing network marketing for 5 years total. And I help people just achieve a better version of themselves, either with the product that we sell or with the financial availability that we have that I took advantage of becoming a professional network marketer.
So let's rewind for a minute because you and I have worked together now for almost 2 years.
Yes.
And I want to chat a little bit about where you first found me because I want to like take it back for a minute.
So if you've ever heard of Clubhouse, that's where I first came across Sandi. And I got on Clubhouse and I remember going, okay, I need to find a mentor outside of my network marketing space because I have a lot of mentorship inside the space, but I wanted to find someone specifically that worked outside of network marketing, that was more entrepreneur mindset, high performance. That's specifically what I was looking for. So I basically stalked you for months on months on months, and I slowly dwindled away. And I signed up, and it was fantastic. You do like a launch call, which is super cool, just to really get to know me and make sure that you and I are a match. And I loved that. And because when you're a high performance coach, I love that you basically interviewed me, even though I was interviewing you at the same
Mhm.
time. And you wanted to make sure that you were a fit for me, just like I was a fit for you. And that was a huge, like, wow, I really chose the right person. So that's kind of how it started. And I mean, the things that I've been able to do in my business in the last 2 years is just, really even hard to put into words. But I got to tell you that the number one thing that I've loved the most is that as a woman and a mom, because I was a brand new mom when I first started following you, is I kind of felt just lost. I knew I
Mhm.
had to be high performance. I'm a trainer. I am big in the network marketing space. And I have a huge team and I have a new family and relationships with my partner and all these things. And I just felt like, wow, how am I supposed to do all these things? And after about 4 or 5 months into coaching with you, we systemized one thing at a time. And before you knew it, I just felt so aligned with everything I was doing because we were able to step by step systemize things. So it's
Yeah,
been a huge, huge shift for me. And I've really been thankful.
amazing. Well, I want to talk for a second about what when we first started, right? And in that first month, the first 4 to 5 months, like
Rough.
what was, because I always ask, right? Like, what are your goals? What are you looking for? And I think when people come in, they have like these big ideas and they think really big, but it's not about taking these massive steps every day, right? It's one thing in front of the next, in front of the next. So for you, like, what was that thing that you were looking for? Like when we were talking about kind of the vetting process, like what were you looking for? And how did you know in terms of the coach that this was the right person for you to work with to help you get to where you wanted to go?
Well, I knew that I wanted to take my income to the next level. So I wanted to add on, and we accomplished it. I wanted to add on like an extra 30, 40,000 a month. 30, 40,000. Yes, that is correct. Sometimes I say that and go, is that correct? Yes, that's actually correct. And so I knew I wanted to do that, but I also wanted to have a household where I had people in my house that were working with me,
Mhm.
not just for me. I mean, I employ them, but I wanted them to work with me, and my communication, even with my in-house team and my virtual assistants and my OBM, which is an online business manager, like
Yep.
all of these relationships, they were kind of, I wasn't able to communicate and strategize and actually effectively give them what I wanted. So I have all these amazing people that work with me, but I wasn't able to actually do my job because my brain was just so I mean, really just clouded. And that was one of the main things with you is I remember you going, it's not just your work life, it's your home life. And it's creating the structure through it all. And before you know it, it will just all streamline. So every person in my house knows what they're supposed to do and what system they fit into because you help me with that. Either my virtual assistants or my online business manager or the leaders in our organization or even my sponsors in business and my sidelines, like everybody clearly knows where they fit. And that was something that when we started, I wasn't able to effectively communicate and show them. It's one thing to say something, but for me to be like, this is where you do your thing, and this is where you do your thing, and this is where you fit into this part. Like you just helped me map all of that out. So everybody in my life knows where they fit. They know where they're supposed to do their jobs. They know if they're not doing their jobs. And that was one of the biggest things that you said you could help me with. And I was like, okay, well, if you really can help me with that, then I feel like I'm going to take everything to the next level.
Yeah.
Because when my home life is organized and my work life is organized, it gave my brain space to just be creative and
Mhm.
not be overwhelmed with the structure of things because we put that in place together on our calls. I mean,
Yeah.
our calls were literally step by step of putting this kind of stuff in place.
Yeah. And so if you're in a position where you're like, okay, well, I'm looking for mentorship, you have to be in a position to take what you're hearing and then go apply it and not just sit on it or just not take action at all, because that will be anyone's biggest weakness, which is just consuming and then not going to create on that.
I think that is people's biggest weakness. And I think that's one of my favorite things about you is that when we get off a call, it's like, well, send me what you said you were going to do. Let me help you through it. Even when
Mhm.
we're like in between the week
Yeah.
or when we first get started, it's like, show me what you did last week. And I'm like, oh, I got homework to do. This is the first thing we're going to talk about. So it's not like it's just talked about one time. Like everything that we've done has stacked on top of each other. So
Mhm.
if I get off a call with you and I don't do what I'm supposed to do, the next week is not effective.
That's
So
right.
it's just really cool. I mean, it's great to have a toolbox with a whole thing of tools, but if you're not going to ever use them, you're not going to ever grow. And you, I am a person, I'm like, you tell me I'm going to invest in myself, I'm going to invest in coaching, I'm going to use the coaching. But to have that extra layer of accountability at a high level, not like
Mhm.
babysitting, but like literally just checking in and even the little tiny movements that you make as a coach, they
Yeah.
are like life transforming for anybody in anybody's business.
Well, thank you for that. And what these systems, what these strategies have done for you as a mom, talk about like, and then you can talk about this, in whatever capacity you feel like this has impacted you, but like actually what it's done, but then also like maybe even in the mental space or the clarity in what that has allowed you to have.
So when you're in network marketing, you are a leader with an organization. I think my biggest downfall that happened when I had Charlie was I felt bad not being able to serve the leaders that were with us and communicate with them clearly and provide the leadership that I had before I had Charlie because now I had a daughter. My time was put towards her and myself. Our systems that we created allowed me to spend time with them in a really effective way and give them channels to communicate with me. I mean, I was able to systemize and do these things that brought back life for me inside of our relationships. You gave me that ability to go, Jenny, it's okay that it doesn't look the same as it did 2 years ago. It could look totally different. Let's create it and let's create your magic in the space where you're a mom now. Because the shift of not being a mom and being a high performance achiever and then becoming a mom and trying to be the same high performance achiever,
Mhm.
they don't work together. And so you allowed me to create this space where I could do both, but it took time and it took meeting after meeting, and that didn't work, and this worked, and that didn't work, and I don't feel good about that, and I feel good about this. And so I think honestly, that's been the biggest thing for me is recreating my life as a high performance woman in the network
Yeah.
marketing space with my relationships and not having to go, well, this is what used to work. I have to stick with that. But you allowing me the space to create my magic within what we do and still be the high performance leader, the high performance mom, and do it all at once. So that's
Yeah.
been like the biggest mental blessing ever because I was really stuck. I was really stuck. So I'm super thankful, and that's just been such a gift.
This is amazing. So I talk a lot about system, strategy, and support. What have you seen personally having systems, having a strategy, and having support? Like you need all three.
Yeah.
So for you, in your experience in working with me, one-on-one, being in the academy, what has that done for you? And in the beginning, before you started working with me, did you have a different, like maybe perception or idea of like, I need this, I don't need this? And then how did that change once you implemented it?
I signed up for coaching. That's what I signed up for. And then I got
Yeah.
this extra gift of the mastermind. And I was like, what? I get an extra thing. This is so cool. I literally was just searching for a coach. And it was so awesome that I got access to the mastermind too. I created systems before I got with Sandi, but I wasn't able to strategize in the same way. And now it's actually the name that I'm known for. And
Yeah.
it's just the three of them, I feel like you should get it as a tattoo on your arm.
Yeah.
Like the three of those things, they have to go together. And so some coaches, maybe I found, are really good at strategizing, and others are really good at systems. And there's some that are really good at supporting. But to get somebody that can do all three, that's what I think moved me faster through my obstacles because I was able to be supported. I was able to be shown how to do the systems. And then I was able to just shift and move them as we went through stuff. Sandy literally helped me systemize a checkoff sheet so that we would all be on the same page, regardless if we even talked to each other throughout the entire day. And that to be able to just do these little tiny shifts of systemizing stuff, that's just a little tiny example. I'm not going to go into like the big examples of what we've done in our business, but to be able just to do micro things and make the tweaks and make my life so much easier through what you do, it's really fantastic.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much, Jenny. And then my last question for you is for the women that are listening to this and they're contemplating becoming a client, signing up for my one-on-one coaching, maybe even joining the academy. What would you tell that woman, knowing now what you know, going through the coaching, being in the program? What do you wish you would have known beforehand? What do you wish you could tell these women?
If you've already found yourself attracted to Sandi and the way that she talks, the way that she presents, the way that she moves, just if you are already like, I need this in my life, and you're listening to the podcast, I would just invite you to trust your instincts, especially as women. This is something that I'm really big on is women know what they want, but the world clouds those decisions based on the clutter that we are just inundated with, especially on social media. So don't do what I did. Don't listen and go, oh my gosh, I love her. Write her name down and then watch her for months. Like, what was I doing? I could have done so much in that time frame. So listen to your instincts. If you need individual coaching, that that is what I needed. And I know a lot of women, especially even in the high performance academy that we have now, they're not invested into one-on-one coaching. And so they're just in the mastermind. And I thought, I just think in my head, like, what are you doing? Like, you could move so much faster
Yeah.
if you did the one-on-one coaching. I mean, anybody who is wanting to take their business to the next level and wants the systems and wants the ability to work through how to create them with you and wants to feel supported at such a high level. I think as a high performance woman, there is a lack of support for us because we're the supporters for everybody else. And I'm super thankful that in these last 2 years, you have been that number one support for me as I've grown. And there's no other person in my space that supports me at the same level that you do because I chose you as my coach to mentor me one-on-one. So if you're listening even to this and you know that you need this, trust yourself and invest in yourself. And not only invest, but then when you get on the calls with her, like, do everything she tells you to do and just trust in the process. And before you know it, you're 2 years later looking back on success and going, what kind of whirlwind did I just go through by just trust falling into Sandy's arms and just saying, take me where I need to go. I'll do whatever you say. And so that's what I'd say to anybody who's listening to this. If you know that you want it, then go get it.
Amazing. Well, Jenny, thank you so much for being here. I know that you're shedding light on a lot of these areas for women that are thinking about this, that want to go to the next level, that are moms, that are business women and aren't quite sure how to do it. So thank you for helping them and, helping them to plug into the systems and strategies and support. Welcome to the show, Marie Manalo. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you so much. Love being here. So excited.
Yes. So I cannot wait to dive in. We are talking all about your experience and what it has been like inside the High Performance Academy, as well as you have even done a VIP day. But before I get into all of that, I would love for you to share with the listeners a little bit about yourself, who you are and what you do.
My name is Marie Manalo. I am the founder of the Mother Manifester and the House of Healers. I am a mindset and manifestation coach. I am also an energy healer. I sell malas and do Reiki energy healing cleansing sessions, and I do group coaching.
So I want to take it back for a moment. You and I started working together when?
I think 5 years ago.
5 years is a while. It's a minute. So take us back to where you were at that time before we started working together.
5 years ago, I was really struggling with getting my business, the Mother Manifester, off the ground. Now, the Mother Manifester was created before spirituality was cool and in. And I was kind of like the black sheep of business because nobody understood what healing was and Reiki and changing your mindset was like very new. So I was just kind of trying to find ways to make my business more known in the community. I didn't really know how to go about reaching and grabbing clients other than event space, right? And I actually met you at one of those female empowerment events.
That's
and right. And you bought a bunch of malas that had no idea were about. I just really loved your energies. And from there, but before you, I really just didn't know how to get more clients. I didn't know the social media aspect. I didn't know, like, you got me into coaching people because, you were like, well, what are like the things that you do? This is coaching. I wasn't even aware of that I could create another outlet of income that way.
So I want you to talk a little bit about when you first started, because you first started in the group coaching, and that was where you were really getting, and for all of you that don't know, the High Performance Academy is a weekly group coaching program where you learn the system, strategy, and have the support to first build the foundation of your business, then scale your business to the next level. So I would love for you to just talk for a moment about what that transition for you was, and maybe, explain a little bit about what that looked like, what you kind of uncovered or unlocked once you now were able to implement these systems and strategies into your business now.
It was such a game changer because as a person that was new to business, new to wanting to expand, but not really knowing how to, I had zero systems, zero strategies, everything from just having somebody fill out a form before I get on a call with them so that we can cut out the middle, like all of this time, exactly what it is that we're working towards together. You taught me that. You taught me how to build relationships. So the HPAA girls are they're so motivating and inspiring, and they just want to see you win. So, for somebody that really didn't have a know-all about business and how to strategize your business, HPA is perfect because it's not only learning from you things that are necessary in order for your business to thrive and grow, but you're also in a group with women that are going to support you, elevate you, and put you on to their own clients.
Right.
I've gotten so many clients from that group, from you, just because I'm in HPAA and they see how hard I work. They see what my business means to me, and they want to share that, and they want to help me grow.
I love that you are talking about that element because that's so important. And if you don't have it, you definitely want to make sure that you're tapping into not just your network of what you created, but the people around you, because it only allows it to be more expansive.
I don't have a word for it, but it's very lonely when you're a single mom and you wear all the hats. It's nice to have other women to support you and to rely on and to hold you accountable. Like you held me accountable for everything that comes out of my mouth, like the group coaching, the making the malas, doing these things. You're always like, okay, where are you in this process? I need that, because you get so caught up in life events.
Absolutely. And I want to just unpack the VIP day, because you did a VIP day with me, what that did for your business after.
It was a game changer for my business, to be honest with you, because I didn't realize, and I feel like everybody needs that person to zoom out of your hands and look at it as a whole. And you just saw all of these things and you were like, you could be making more with this. You can be making more with this. You could be making more with this. And this is how you do it. So it wasn't just pinpointing where I could do better. It was strategizing that how I could do better and make more money. It's so funny because back then it was my goal was to make $10,000 a month in my business. And when we had that one-on-one day, I got it that month. That next month, I had already hit the 10.
You said you hit that big goal in a month. And for some people that are listening, they're going to be like, oh my God, okay, what did she do? What did she implement? And what I'll say is the people that have the most success are the ones that can take the direction, like Marie is saying, the strategy and the roadmap in which we put together and then implement. Talk even for a minute about like what that work looked like for you. I mean, what did the, like afterwards, right? When you were like, okay, now I've got the game plan, what would you say? Like, cause you hit that target it that same month. I mean, that is an accomplishment. So like for you, what did that work look like? Just to give them an idea.
It was so much less because once you have the strategy and the systems in place, it's so easy to just plug and place those things. And now I'm able to really be a mom and really be an entrepreneur and fully be that mom and fully be that entrepreneur. And those things don't bleed together anymore.
I love it. I love it. I mean, just like being able to truly show up in those areas and be fulfilled, right? Like being fulfilled as the mom and as the business owner, like that is so powerful. So my second to last question for you is, what would you say to the woman that's listening to this, that is hearing the successes that you're having? What would you say to her if she's kind of on the edge of like, do I go for the leap? Do I sign up for the VIP day, or do I sign up for the academy or the one-on-one coaching? What do you wish you would have known that you would tell her now about going for that opportunity?
Well, first of all, if you're even thinking about it, it's a yes, that's first off. But to the woman that is, trying to navigate and really just trying to scale their business and every facet of their life, like momming and, friendships and relationships and networking, as well as the entrepreneurial side of it, like this is the way to go. You get all of those things and more with so much support from not just Sandi, but also every woman in that group. And there are a lot, and they're all just so like-minded, and they collaborate and they elevate you. And it's just not competition. It's just love in this group. I would highly recommend to join us.
Amazing. Amazing. Well, Marie, thank you so much for being here today.
So happy to be here. I'm just so grateful for you. Thank you for having me.